Your Peas, the podcast about doing what's good for yourself, even when you don't feel like it. I'm Lily Rachels, and I'm serving up bite-sized growth principles to help you build happier and healthier relationships. Hey guys, welcome back to Eat Your Peas. So originally I had a different thing set to release today, but I'm going to call an audible because this topic has been really present in my life the last few days, and I want to share it with you. So today I want to talk about asking for help and how it's important to be able to ask for help within your relationships. So for the purpose of this episode, I'm not talking about asking your friends or someone you know to come do free things for you. And I'm not talking about just asking someone to help you move or paint your house. Yes, those are things that we often need help with, but I'm talking about asking for help in areas of your life where you truly need someone else's input and someone else's strength. Asking for help is hard because it takes us admitting that we actually need help, that we're insufficient in some area of our lives and we can't go it alone. So people have different fears associated with asking for help. Let's look at 3 of them. Number 1, the fear of judgment, of being seen as incapable and inadequate. If you have this fear, asking for help costs you a lot because it requires you to let down this image you project of yourself and allow others to see what actually is going on. It's like the Wizard of Oz, that you're letting them behind the curtain to see that maybe the life that I've been portraying is not exactly what is happening in my life. Maybe I'm not being authentic, and now I'm asking this person for their input, for their strengths, for their skills, and they're going to get to see the real me. The second fear is the fear of being out of control. So if you're someone that likes to not just control the narrative, but just control your life because it makes you feel safe and because you're afraid if you let someone else tamper with it, things are going to go wrong, asking for help is a big deal because it requires us to loosen our grip and allow others to have input. We have to decide that other people are capable, therefore they can contribute to our lives. And then the third fear, the fear of being used or manipulated if I reach out to another person. So guys, this one hits hard with me. It's that fear that if I ask you to do something for me, or if I ask your input and I take up some of your time, you're going to make me feel guilty, or you're going to expect something from me in return, that I'm going to owe you in some way. So where do these fears come from? You can trace it back to your family of origin and the way you grew up. So for me, I held this belief as a child that I needed to be self-sufficient, because if I was independent and took care of myself, it would make me safe and I would not be a burden to anyone around me. Now, here's the thing about beliefs that we hold from our childhood. There does not have to be factual evidence to support our belief. Our belief is formed by the way we perceive things. So if 3 people witness the same thing, you will get 3 different stories because our perception clouds reality. So for me, whether or not those beliefs are supported by the way I grew up and by my childhood, they are my beliefs because they were very real to me at a very developmentally vulnerable time. You might have one of these other fears I listed or something completely different, and if you look hard enough, you'll probably be able to trace it back to a belief you held when you were younger. So why ask for help? Number 1, it builds intimacy with the person that we're asking. When we ask someone else to help us, we're being vulnerable and we have to be transparent and honest and open ourselves up so that another person can see who we truly are. We get to show them who we are on the inside and not just this perception that we try to put out into the world. Number 2, we allow others to utilize their strengths. This not only helps them build confidence, but when you help another person, your brain releases oxytocin and other feel-good endorphins. You literally can get a high from helping people, which I think is one of the most amazing things about being a human being on this planet. So when you ask someone else to help you, you're giving them that opportunity to show up and use the things that make them who they are. And last, number 3, when we ask another person to help us, we get to let go of those fears and work through those nasty byproducts that can come along with fear. So at the beginning, I said I didn't like to ask for help because I felt like I would owe someone something and it would take away my independence. And having that strong ideal for independence can often create a byproduct of pride in my life because I have this go it alone mentality. I can take care of myself. But when I ask someone else to help me, I can work through that fear I have and I can let go of those nasty habits that form as a result of me living in my fear. I hope you'll try it this week. Ask yourself, where in my life could I use a friend's support? Why is it hard for me to ask for help? Where is that rooted in? What would I gain with this person if I did ask for help? And remember, you're not asking anyone to give away their craft for free or to do things for you. You're asking someone to give you support in an area of your life that you can't go it alone. Don't forget to eat your peas this week. See you on Tuesday.